where a mechanical engineers can work in government sector. The government sectors are state government and central government, and in the state government they can work as in R&B, in the waterworks, R&B, and irrigation, water supply, all the various levels in the service provided by the government. And the central government, there are the plenty of opportunities in the central government, like the railways and Indian engineering services, defense sectors, navy, and that is air force, and shipyard, and PHL R&D, NTPC, HCL, VEL, and like many organizations are there. They recruit the young and bright mechanical engineers. Apart from the government sectors, there are the plenty of private sectors which they provide the services to the nation by supplying the products from thermal power plants, oil and petroleum plants, electronics industry, aerospace industry, shipping industry, and the pharmaceutical industry, mining and rigging industry, electrical industry, refrigeration and cooling industry. Like many industries are recruiting the mechanical engineers. This is the major scope of mechanical engineers, so which has the bright and leadership qualities, and with elevated career for the mechanical engineers. So in the mechanical engineering branch, there are the few important courses which are the hardcore subjects, and which are the key roles, which plays the key role as the human autonomy structures are there, like the mechanical engineering, which plays the only on these subjects, which are engineering graphics, engineering mechanics, kinematics and dynamics of machines, strength of materials, metrology and measurements, thermodynamics and heat transfer, fluid mechanics, manufacturing processes, hydraulics and pneumatics, engineering design, mechatronics and control systems, and others. So the combination of these core subjects leads to research in engineering for creating solutions for human needs. So these are the very crucial subjects, and these subjects are very interesting, and every subject has the practical knowledge, practical approach, theory plus practical. So whatever they study in theoretical area, they do test in the laboratory in all the subject. Example, engineering graphics. With the engineering graphics will play the major role on the engineer life. It develops, it enhances the creativity, thinking, and imagination skills. The engineer should have the imagination skills. So once he imagined the product, then only he could able to design. Once he imagined the product, and he could able to study the forces acting on the body, and the movements of the body, that is given by the studying the engineering mechanics. And next, similarly, in the kinematics and dynamics of machines, whatever the product, whatever the body is designed, and how does it behaves when it is rotated and radially and linearly, and that will be learned from the kinematics. And the dynamics of machines will give the outcomes from the subject. The student could able to study the forces on a body when it is in dynamic condition, just like the vibrations, when the vibration is occurred in the object, and what kind of the force, and how to stabilize, how to control the vibrations. So this knowledge could be acquired from this subject. Like the strength of materials. Strength of materials, the student, the graduate, the student could able to test the strength of the materials by applying the various loads, tensile, compression, and shear stress. So like what is the yield strength, what is the capacity of the material which could able to bear the load in static and dynamic. So this is a very very important subject. By studying this subject, the student could able to test the material strength before selecting the raw material for making of a component or a machine or a product. And then the metrology and measurement, and once it is designed, and it will be moving to the processing, that is manufacturing. Once it is manufactured, the product is to be measured, and the student should have the skills how to quantify, how to measure, how to test the quality, the dimensional accuracy. The dimensional accuracy could be measured by using the some scientific methodologies approaches. So those scientific methods will be provided by studying the metrology and measurement. Next, thermodynamics and heat transfer. The thermodynamics and heat transfer subjects will providing the conversion of the heat. The heat flows from higher level to lower levels, how to control, how to divert, how to transfer the heats from higher level to lower level, and how to utilize the thermal energy for production of the power, conversion of the heat energy to the mechanical power. Okay, and by using the cycles and the systems boundary levels, and the closed systems, open systems. After that, in the radiations and the heat transfers from the liquid to atmosphere and the solid to solid, like this, the student could able to study, the student could able to learn from these two subjects. Next, the fluid mechanics. In the fluid mechanics, as we live with the fluids, everybody has the fluids. With even blood also have the fluidic properties, the human blood. Similarly, the fluid is the basic parameter, basic substance which will plays the major role, which will be used for the hydroelectric powers, and the steam and the gases, like all the phenomena uh, should be studied by the students. The fluid behavior, fluid properties, as the kinetics and the statics, pressures, and the flow of the fluids as a turbulent and a laminar, and stream. How does the fluid behaves when the area of cross sections increases and varies at a different level. So these are the fundamentals we'll be giving to the students from the fluid mechanics. Next, the manufacturing processes. So from this subject, the student will be gaining the knowledge how to manufacture the products. There are the manufacturing processes which are maybe by joining techniques, by cutting, shaping process, by removing the materials, and by spreading the shape, spreading the material to give the right shape, like by using the welding process and machining process, metal forming process, and laser beam cutting and electron beam cutting, and like all these the processes are used to make a component, like in automotive sectors, like machines and aerospace and the ships, locomotives, all the components, whatever the components which are available, which are provided by the engineer for providing the comfort to the society. All these components are made by manufacturing processes, so which are designed by the mechanical engineer only. So this is the beauty of this mechanical engineering. So it is a novel techniques are available as the materials are upgrading. The materials are uh, invented as the nanomaterials. For the nanomaterials also processed and fabricated and joined by using the manufacturing process. So next to the hydraulics and pneumatics, this is also the one of the subjects to use the fluids can be used to lifting up the loads, and to operate the devices for lifting and the power transmission. So like as you have seen that the procliners and the JCBs, earth moving, all the component, all the machinery which are working on hydraulics and pneumatics, and also in the braking system in automotives, hydraulic brakes and pneumatic brakes. So all this, when the braking system is applied and the lifting mechanism is applied to lift the load, how much pressure is to be supplied, and how to control the pressure. All these will be studied by the student using this subject. Next, engineering design. So the engineering design is the basic uh, subject, which is the crucial subject, which will be giving the idea to make a component in the desired shape. And example, the locomotives and the bikes or laptops, it may be designed maybe in the software components, electronic components, or and mechanical components. And from the nano to robustic structure, whatever the shape and structure you want, and the component can be designed by the engineer only. So to design, so the student should have the mathematical background, whatever he knows the mathematical backgrounds, and the physics, whatever the principles of the physics, by combination of the physics principle and mathematical relations, by using these two subjects he could able to design. The mathematics is used to give the shape, just like the area, the volume, and the movement, and the balancing, stability, and like in the kinetic and static position, that will be decided and controlled by using the physics principle. So this is the main subject, engineering design, which will be playing the major role in designing of a component or a product. So that is the power of the mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering provides the a student, and he could able to design individually, and it give the chance to think innovatively. He can modify the whatever the existing is there to provide the optimized size, optimized shape, and comfort to the society. He could able to design and analyze and reshape into the useful side. This is what engineering design. So this is the beauty of the subject. Next, the mechatronics and control systems. So in the mechatronics and control systems, mechatronics is the mechanical plus electronics. So this is the subject which we will be giving. It is a advanced subjects. Example is what are the mechanical forces and motions are available, that will be controlled by the sensor technology. So that is provided in the electronics background. So the sensors are used to control the mechanical device, motor. Example of the mechatronics subject implementation is the domestic machines like washing machines, pressure cookers, and washing machines, like all the advanced the components which are used in the home appliances. So this is the invention of the mechanical engineering. So this is the beauty of mechanical engineering branch. The mechanical engineers can create the comfort to the society, from the domestic to the nation, and for the and the airways, on the roadways, in the water, and the domestic also. This is the revolution of the mechanical engineering idea. So in the control systems, it is the controlling of the pressure, temperature, and the noise, the force. All these will be controlled by using the sensors, and the engineer could able to learn how to control the pressure and temperature using the mechanical engineering principles. Okay, so these are the basic subjects, and were very crucial and very important subjects. With this knowledge, then the mechanical engineer is ready to provide the service to the nation by designing, and after designing he could able to analyze, and he start manufacturing. Once the manufacturing done, the product is released to the customer, then he could able to enjoy and use the component, like cars, automotives, and bikes, and buses, and heavy transport vehicles, and airways, ship, everything. This is the beauty of mechanical engineer. This is the powerful engineering branch. The way the doctors extend the life of the human, he give the second birth. The engineers will extend the life of the society by providing the better comfort. So as everyone is observing, road transport, airways, and water transport, everything is provided by the only mechanical engineer. Not only that, the tools which are provided and produced to the agricultural designed by the mechanical engineer. That is the modern agriculture methods and the tools which are provided. So recently, as you have seen that the cutting of the seed, the grass, all these. So the crops, whatever the crops of cuttings. So within a day, within a hours, they could able to cut. Those machines are designed by the only mechanical engineers, like tractors, like everything. But it is the subject, it is the branch which has the dynamic uh, the, the dynamic ability and the dynamics the properties which could switch over to the depending upon the demand in the market. So that is the beauty of mechanical engineering. So by using all the subjects and the engineer could able to create his ideas by using all the fundamentals, and he could able to provide the solutions for human needs. Now these are some examples. So after uh, gaining the knowledge from the kinematics and the dynamics, so this is the first uh, mechanism, so which is you can able to see that in the watches, kinematics, watch gear linkage mechanism. The second is steward mechanism. So this is the beauty of the mechanical mechanisms designed by the a mechanical engineer. Next, car suspension dynamics. See how the car, while moving on the road due to the up and downs, so the vehicle should not be disturbed. The, the passengers, the rider, the driver should not feel discomfort. To that, the engineer has given the invention by providing the suspension system with the help of the springs. So this is the beauty of the inventions of the mechanical engineer. He has learned the theoretical knowledge and converted into the practical knowledge to provide the better comfort to the society. So like this, so there are the more examples are there. So this is the design. So the engine design and the vehicle, how the automobile vehicle is designed, the chassis and the steering systems and the wheels, like all these you could able to see. Next, and the second figure is this is the turbine blade. So this is the idea of the mechanical engineer. So he could able to design and simulated and manufacture using the high thermal resistant materials. So this is the after designing he could able to see the simulation. To do the simulation, in the simulation will give the where the load is affected, where is the more stress is concentrated, and how far it is safe. Like that, he could able to simulate and do analyze, and by using the all the software tools like which are AutoCAD and CATIA and SIS. Okay, using the finite element analysis methods. Now coming to the thermal engineering. The student who has the thermal engineering background, thermal engineering concepts, then he could able to design the engines, the internal combustion engines, and future rocket engine, air conditioners. See, air condition, it is designed by the a mechanical engineer only. Rocket engine designed by mechanical engineer. Internal combustion engines. These engines are used in the cars, buses, lorries, all heavy vehicles, medium vehicles, and even two-wheelers also. So this is the beauty of mechanical engineering, the invention. So the thermal engineering with the concept of thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, and heat transfers. So using all the principles, he could able to design and he could able to manufacture. He could able to supply the machines and the motors to the society. This is the contribution of the mechanical engineer. Next, metrology and measurements. So once manufacturing over, the products or the components are to be measured. Then how do you measure? For measuring up these production components, so due to the short time period, so there are the advanced methods, advanced technologies are available. Example here, the BMW engine block measurement. See, the engine block is measured using the computer based technology. So the mechanical engineer is a multidisciplinary. He is a multidimensional. He can switch over to the software. And he can use the softwares for the design of his components, manufacturing, measurements. That is the beauty of mechanical engineer. He is the all-rounder. And second is the optical coordinate measurement system. So like this, the the graduate can measure, the engineer can measure the dimensions of the components in the by using the software tools. Next, the the example of the mechatronics, robotics, and automation. How the robotics and the mechatronics in the are used in the industry. So it is the humanless operations. There are no humans are available because of the precision and because of the speed. The manpower is not able to perform the works, and that is replaced by the robots. So this is the robo is performing. You can see that this is the beauty of the mechanical engineer invention. So he can able to design arms, all the motions, base, everything is designed by the mechanical engineer. This is the advanced technology upcoming. The